Now, joining me in studio today is the Minister of Māori Affairs, Dr. Pita Sharples. Tēnā koe, Pita.
Kia ora, Scotty.
The budget comes out on Thursday, Budget 2012. The government, of course, needs Māori Party support to pass the budget. So, are you happy with what's in it for Māori?
Well, it's a zero budget, and you can hardly be happy with a zero budget, but it's realistic for this time. We have a number of gains coming through out of the budget. You know, Enviro schools, that's been something that the Māori Party has championed and kept alive and growing over the years. And now we've got another 7.6 million going, which they're very happy that'll help them grow. This is a good program. It teaches people to respect, pupils to respect the environment, rivers, grow food and that kind of stuff. We've got 12 million coming for rheumatic fever cure. This is the second 12 million we've got. That makes 24 million. 144 million for care for those who have disability. 33 for cancer care and things like this. And there are other things that, I've got education and corrections things, but it's budget sensitive today. Next week we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've secured funding for some programs.
Yeah.
But what about things like the price hike for prescriptions?
Yeah,
That's going to affect
look,
Māori.
zero budgets mean that. So where there are gains, there are losses. And that's why, for example, all the agencies are making cuts. Ours, TPK is 3%, others are 6%, and varying amounts. And it's taking New Zealand's situation seriously. We're going to rebuild Christchurch, and the billions that have been estimated are growing all the time because that's a moving situation, land information coming in and so on, insurance companies defaulting and coming to the party in other cases.
Is there anything in the budget for Māori who are struggling already?
There's the programs that we've set beforehand are carrying on. So the refurbishing of houses, $150,000 is still going out into the home. 150,000 homes, sorry,
that was this
are being
week.
refurbished, yeah. And this is part of our tono, always has been. Trade training, we're right up to our knees in developing trade training in Christchurch, in Hawke's Bay, in just different parts of New Zealand. So that's a major thing. So yeah, there is stuff there. And remember, all the old gains from earlier budgets are kicking in right now.
You said TPK is going to be receiving a 3% funding cut. Are there any other Māori agencies that are being cut?
Well, the other agencies belong to TPK, really, the TPK budget. They come out of there, Taurawhiti, Te Reo, and other ones, Mangai Pāho. And
So there's no specific areas of TPK?
No, it will be TPK as a department, really, that will be bearing those cuts. And I mean, some people are due to retire, they will absorb some of it and so on.
Will TPK survive?
TPK is being refocused. That's I recognise that there was quite a lot of arrows pointed at TPK from various sorts. People don't realise what TPK does, and so I've started a refocus, and I've set up a group to help me with that refocusing. I want them to give me absolutely excellent advice on policy and across the board policy, as well as delivering out in the suburbs. So no, TPK is not only surviving, it's refocusing. You
campaigned on the slogan of Māori being at the table. Is that paying off? Are we
totally
getting benefit out of you being at the table?
Totally, and in 3 areas. The first area would be legislation. Second area would be in terms of the projects that we carry in our department. And the third area would be influence. So legislation, we're talking about the ETS, the RMA, EPA, all those things, aquaculture legislation. We're in there, and we're in there because the Māori Party is sitting at the table lobbying for that, you know, and it's been quite a battle in some cases, you know, the asset sales thing and all that kind of stuff. So, but in terms of projects, whānau ora is a revolutionary project. I go to a justice seminar, they're talking about whānau ora. You go to economic, they're talking about whānau ora. It's right across, the language review, all these things, there's a whole list of them. Look, education. That's been a big one, and we're getting a literacy program for all decile 1, 2 and 3 schools. That's major.
Let's go to China now.
China?
Let's go to China. Now, you've said that this is a zero budget, these are tough times, and that's why it's a zero budget. So why do Māori need to go to China?
Because they are part of this explosion in the economic development. New Zealand Inc., Māori Inc. We have come of age in terms of business and developing our economy. We're no longer 16 billion players, we are 37 billion players. And what we've found that China has a good relationship with Māori.
And you'll be leading this delegation?
Yes, I was going to take 16. There's 30 so far coming over, and they are paying their own way. So there are some lucrative Māori businesses. Education and economy are the two areas we've got to push for Māori development.
There's been a huge backlash about the purchasing of the crayfish farms by Chinese entities, and yet you're going to China. Is there any kind of conflict in your mind?
No, none at all. They understand Māori completely. We have this, both have a culture that can relate to each other. So we do the cultural thing first. We go to Beijing, meet the ministers, settle everything, and then go off to the provinces and do our business. And that way it really works very well. No, Māori Party is against the selling of land to people who don't live here, that's all. And it's got nothing to do with Chinese or Americans or anything. It's just, if you want to buy land, come and live here and work the land and be New Zealanders.
E te minita tēnā rawa atu koe, ngā mihi nui ki a koe mo tō whakawātea mai a koe. Tēnei rātapu.
Tēnei rātapu, ai.